So this is the barn tile, and I've used techniques from the other videos to create this tile, and I'll explain what I did. As you can see, it's wood. It's not done in the stone texture like the dungeon tiles. So you would just paint it like I did in the boat tutorial. Just paint it the wood texture instead of doing spraying the stone texture on it. So spray it black and then paint the wood texture on it, as I did in the boat tutorial. I've also used the glue gun here to do the straw and hay texture on the tile. I did that in the prison tile, so I showed how to do that. Now this gore is a combination. I just used the glue gun to make the smudges for the gore, just gooped it up a little bit to make the guts and gore. And then I painted it with several different shades of red. And then I used the polyacrylic water-based finish to give it that glossy texture, to make it look like it was wet gore. So that really added to the tile. And basically what I did for the loft area was I built the rectangle tile, and then I put these two loft areas attached to the rectangle tile. And I'll try to show that. You can see that edge there. So there's two, this piece is on this piece. So I tried to give it some dimension, that this was higher. And you know, it's not really that much higher, but you can just say when the player moves to the edge that it's, you know, it's actually 10 feet in the air, you know, so they would, and the werewolves destroyed the ladder, so there was no way to get up there unless they tried to climb the side of the barn. So that's really it. And now what we did, what you saw we did was interesting was we put a piece of black poster board on top of the tile. So put that on the top, and that covers it up. So then when the players, they can see the edge, they can see the edging, they can see the dimension of the building and walk around it, but they can't see what's in it. So, you know, like a dungeon tile, you can just put the dungeon tiles down as you need them, so that's how you reveal. But if you want to have some buildings out, but you didn't want to show what was inside the building, you could do this easy technique of just putting a piece of poster board on top of the tile, and that completely hides it. So that's kind of a, you know, a fog of war effect, I guess, from a video game. It'd be the same type of thing. So what I'm going to do is show you how to do this, how to cut this piece out very easily, and we'll do that now. Okay, so I'm going to make the fog of war for this tile. And basically I have a piece of poster board here. It's just black poster board, that's all it is. And what I could do is I could try to trace it, but then it won't fit in the confines of the tile. So what I find it easier to do is just get part of the straight part of the tile, or part of the poster board, and just set it on top. And since this is you know, just a rectangular room, it fits this edge, but I need to cut this edge. So I'll turn this around, and I'll use my corner here to make it easier. And now I'm using a pencil because it's easier to see on the poster board. So I'll just trace that. And cut. Okay, that doesn't quite fit, so I'll cut a little more off. Okay, angled it a bit. Okay, so that looks good. So now what I'll do is I need to cut this edge off, so I can see these two walls, so it'll be pretty easy to measure. So let's turn around this way so I can get to it. And put the ruler like that. Just use my pencil, mark across, and grab the scissors. Cut that off. So now I've got instant fog of war. So before they explore this tile, I can have just this black piece on here. Or if they look inside, I can take it off and they can see all the horribleness inside. Another thing you could do is make a roof on it that just sits on top of it. One thing to think about when doing the roof is, for one, it's a little more work, but it might make it look a little better. When you make the roof, a lot of commercial buildings, the roofs are very sharp. It's like, that's not very good for gameplay because you can't put any figures on the roof. They fall off. So if somebody wants to climb on the roof, I would make the slope a lot less angled so that player characters could climb on the roof and stand on the roof without the miniatures sliding off. So that's one thing I recommend if you want to do roofs. And I have done whole buildings for games, and I will show those at a later date. But this is a great way to do an individual building tile with these methods. I wanted to show you these templates that I made. And these were in case somebody got smashed through the wall. So what I did is, if they came out of the wall at a particular point, I would put that against the wall, and it would show that they smashed through the wall, and then the other player characters could come through the hole that they smashed through. All I did to make these was I just took a piece of cardstock. You can see it's just very thin. And I just took the glue gun and put some smears on it, and then painted it with the wood texture. So it kind of looks like some debris from the smashed wall. Hey, this was a short and sweet DM's Craft, probably the shortest video I've ever done. I hope you enjoyed the techniques. I just wanted to show you that kind of thinking outside the box of the dungeon tile, there's just so many things you can do with these techniques. I also wanted to show you how I use like cloth on the table to help make the tiles not slide, and also to give a surrounding texture. Like I use a grass cloth that made it look like the outside. So if you did a dungeon tiles, you could put down a black cloth, and that'd be great because then you wouldn't see the table through. It'd be like the black areas that weren't discovered yet. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. So thanks again for joining me, and see you next time with a DM's Craft.